Have you ever wondered how the rise of China's economy could impact the global financial system? Well, today we are diving into the world of currencies and exploring how China is working to dethrone the US dollar. Crazy, right? I mean, the US dollar has been the king of currencies for decades, and the thought of another currency taking over seems almost unthinkable. But with China's rapid economic growth and its influence expanding worldwide, the Chinese yuan is definitely making some serious moves. We'll be talking about everything from digital yuan to gold-backed currency, and even the role of Russia in all of this. So buckle up and get ready for a fascinating journey into the world of global finance. But before we get started, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content like this. Trust me, you do not want to miss out on all the cool stuff we'll be exploring together. Alright, let's dive in. Before we dive into the rise of the yuan, let's quickly discuss the importance of the US dollar in the global economy. The dollar has been a dominant currency for decades due to factors like the Bretton Woods Agreement, which established the US dollar as the world's reserve currency, and the petrodollar system where countries sell oil exclusively in US dollars. This has cemented the dollar's central role in global trade, finance, and even politics. In fact, the dollar accounted for 40.51% of the international payments in 2021. However, with China's economy growing at an astonishing rate and challenging the US position as the world's largest economy, there is a new contender on the horizon, the Chinese yuan. Now, let us explore the rise of the Chinese yuan, which has been making some serious moves in the past few years. In September 2022, China told its state-owned banks to get ready to sell dollars and buy yuan, signaling Beijing's commitment to boosting the value of its currency in international markets. Also, China has been pushing for the yuan's inclusion in the International Monetary Fund's special drawing rights basket, which is a huge step towards gaining global recognition. The yuan has also been gaining ground in the global economy, with Russia turning to it as their foreign currency of choice and supporting it in trade with other countries. Despite this progress, the yuan still has a long way to go before it can truly dethrone the dollar. In 2021, it was only used in 2.7% of the international payments. China and Russia have been working together to reduce their reliance on the US dollar for years. This strategic partnership aims to create a multipolar financial system and weaken the influence of the US dollar in the global economy. The share of trade operations between Russia and China using the dollar fell to 46% in the first quarter of 2020, compared to 90% only 5 years ago. This process, known as de-dollarization, involves using alternative currencies like the yuan and the euro for trade and investments. But why are they doing this? Since 2014, both countries have been looking to reduce their dependence on the dollar to mitigate the impact of any US coercive measures, such as economic sanctions. This financial alliance aims to challenge the dominance of the US dollar, but it remains to be seen if they can truly dethrone it. One of the most interesting developments in China's push to dethrone the dollar is the announcement of the Central Bank Digital Currency, or CBDC, the digital yuan. This digital currency could potentially give China a significant edge in the race to dominate the global economy, as it would allow for faster and more efficient cross-border transactions. The digital yuan could make it easier for countries to trade with China and bypass the US dollar altogether, which would have significant implications for the global financial system. In fact, some experts believe that the widespread adoption of the digital yuan could challenge the dollar's status as the world's reserve currency. While it is still early days for the digital yuan, it is definitely something to keep an eye on as China continues to make moves to challenge the dollar's supremacy. Alright guys, we're halfway through this intriguing exploration of China's effort to dethrone the US dollar, and I've got to say, it's been quite a ride so far. The digital yuan in particular is such a game changer, and I cannot help but wonder what it could mean for the future of global finance. So, here's a question for all of you. If the digital yuan becomes widely adopted, how do you think it will impact the way we conduct international transactions? Would you be open to using a digital currency like this for your own transactions? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, so make sure to drop your answers in the comment section below. Now, let's get back to our journey and explore some more fascinating aspects of China's quest to dethrone the US dollar. Up next, we'll be discussing the possibility of a gold-backed yuan and its potential to shake things up even more. Another aspect to consider is the possibility of a gold-backed yuan. China has been hoarding gold, with its official gold reserves amounting to over 1,948 tons in 2021. Some experts believe that this could be a part of a strategy to back their currency with gold, and further challenge the US dollar. Gold has always been seen as a safe haven and a store of value, so backing the yuan with gold could give it more credibility and make it more attractive to investors and central banks. While this is still speculative at the moment, it is worth keeping an eye on, as it could be a game changer in the race to dethrone the dollar. Despite the progress made by the Chinese yuan in recent years, it still faces a number of challenges before it can truly dethrone the US dollar. For one, the yuan needs to become more widely accepted in international trade and finance. As mentioned earlier, it only accounted for 2.7% of the international payments in 2021, which is a far cry from the dollar's 40.51%. Another challenge is the lack of transparency in China's financial system. Many international investors are wary of putting their money into a currency that's controlled by a government that's known for its lack of transparency and tight control over the financial system. This is an obstacle the yuan will need to overcome if it wants to truly challenge the dollar. So what does the future hold for the US dollar and the Chinese yuan? Well, it is hard to say for sure, but there are some key trends to watch. First, keep an eye on China's efforts to promote the yuan as an alternative to the dollar in international trade and finance. This includes their ongoing de-dollarization efforts with Russia, as well as the potential for a gold-backed yuan. Second, watch the development of the digital yuan. If China can successfully roll out its central bank digital currency and it gains widespread acceptance, it could have a significant impact on the global financial system. Finally, it is important to consider the broader geopolitical context. The US and China are currently locked in a struggle for global dominance, and the battle over their currencies is just one part of this. If tensions between the two countries continue to escalate, it could have a major impact on the future of the dollar and the yuan. Wow guys, we've covered so much ground in this video, and I hope you found this exploration of China's efforts to dethrone the US dollar as fascinating as I did. It is truly amazing to see how the global economy is evolving and the potential implications of the rise of the Chinese yuan. The future of global finance is definitely going to be an interesting one. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more incredible content like this. Also, feel free to share your thoughts, opinions, and predictions about the future of the US dollar and the Chinese yuan in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you all think. Thanks again for watching. And remember to stay curious and keep exploring the amazing world we live in. Catch you in the next video, right here on Diversified Streams.